first word, dolls.
But
The
can you?
second word is a slur, not the first.
But can you understand that I have just come up here and I said, Angie, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you have just used a slur because that is a slur.
But I'm telling you, Venti, it's not a slur. The first one.
But I'm telling you as a black person, I have been called that word. It's an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation of the whole word. I have been called that word, and people use it as a derogatory term. And I'm sat here.
Can I just say, Venti, just because you're a black man does not mean you're correct with what you're saying. Because guess what? I have done a little bit of research on those dolls, believe it or not. And that second word is a slur. But you're telling me I'm wrong when I've actually researched into it, where the second word, okay, is a slur, not the first word. But you said and said I've just made a slur when I referred to my auntie.
Because no, but that word is a slur. I've just told you it's an abbreviation of the full word, and I'm sat here in a box with what I presume is predominantly white people telling me that I'm wrong. I've got people in your comments. Someone told me to get great. People are telling me that I'm overreacting. And yesterday, Angie, you told me that I need to educate my community on using the N-word. Do you understand how abhorrent that is?
Listen, I don't want the hate. Sorry, I don't want the hate.
Right? No, mental health is different.
No,
you know
listen, I know what you're doing.
I'm brand myself. Yeah,
okay. You've gone. I have done my research. Just because you're a black person does not mean that you're saying that you are right and I am wrong. I have done my research. The first word is not a slur; it's a second word. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it. It was said quite a lot to my auntie. Okay, so please, Venti, don't come up and do that.
I think people seem to have obviously misheard you, because when he told you that, you know, it was a slur, and the first thing you said was, "I'm sorry, I didn't know that first word was a slur," and you apologized.
It's a slur. It's a second word. It's not.
I get that, and I'm not saying otherwise, but I'm just saying that when he said that it was a slur, the first thing you did was say, "I wasn't aware," and I'm sorry.
What I said was, because I just didn't want the argument. If you feel offended in some ways, then I apologise. But I'm just referring as to what my auntie
but
used
you know
to get called.
He's been in a box last night, talking shit, and he's done it again tonight. He just
he had a lot to say last night, and I don't know why.
Don't put him in your box.
He was arguing with someone else, and it wasn't about racism. What was it about now? Was it?
It was last night. Yeah.
He was arguing last night.
No, mental health, right? I suffer with it, and you don't realise what you say till afterwards. He did a mistake. You know, I'm brand myself. You know, people do mistakes in life. Everyone says things.
Listen, of course, just because you said the wrong thing, if you haven't done it out of malice, you know, it's about education. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of malice, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, I think people just comes up to have an argument with you just for clout.
Yeah.
I think they really do come up just
You come last night, you've been talking, then you come in a box again tonight. Like, what's the issue? He needs to shut up. You know, Angie, not once Angie has been racist. I'll be honest, not once. I've been watching Angie, for ages. Not once she's been racist. You know, I don't understand why people saying she's racist. How is she racist?
I think there is a lot of people.
No one prove that she's racist. These people, what they're saying, prove it.
Can I just say something? So I'm on Google, and I've gone on to many websites because I have researched it, right? So please don't say I haven't done my research, okay? So that word, which I'm not going to say the whole word, right?
Yeah.
Is shortened to the first word, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to offend him or anyone that might be offended. So it is shortened to the first word. It is definitely the second word that's the slur and not the first. Okay, so I know that he's come up here and said, "Listen, I'm a black man, and please don't tell me that that's not a slur." That's what he's come up and said.
Angie,
does not mean does not mean just because he's a black man he is educated either.
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say something, Andrew? As a woman of a certain age, that slur was used very much in the 60s, 70s. It hasn't been used for many, many years. So I don't know how old he was. I was going to ask him how old he was, but that is a very, very old slur. And you're right. The first part of it is not the slur. The second part of it is, and I can't. I've never heard anyone use that slur for a
like I
very,
said, if
very
he's
long
offended by
time.
that first word, I won't repeat it. If he is offended, because I'm not going to take how he feels away from him. I'm just trying to say that's what my auntie used to get called. That's all I'm trying to say. And it didn't offend her; it might offend someone else. You get what I'm saying? I think she was kind of used to it, but she never got used to either.
Can I just say one more thing before I jump down? I think there is a hell of a lot of people that are uneducated about racism, and that's the problem. It's the education. Even myself, I'm not fully educated on it. So, it needs to be something where people are fully educated on it, because there is going to be
different cultures and communities. You'd be forever trying to educate yourself in every community, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really important to actually, when educating people, is to not attack people for saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing it out of malice, obviously, And
Angie, the time you said that P word, you said that, if you remember, and I was in your box, and you genuinely didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah. When you didn't know what it referred to, no.
Yeah. So some people genuinely don't, and they don't mean to say it in a bad way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just uneducated in.
Do you know what? Some people, they say things and then they realise after, and that's what mental health is.
Yeah.
I say things and I
As
don't
long as
really
you learn from it, you say it the second time, but then you can put it down as a slur. But if you say it like the first time, apologise and learn from it.
Yeah. You apologise.
Not get attacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kieran, we're not talking about the disability at the moment. We're talking about the racism side of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to stay in the box or come back.
Yeah.
What time will you be doing it at?
About half an hour?
Right.
Yeah, Kieran's going to talk about the disability side.
Well,
Stay in the box, Kieran, if you want.
that's alright. I'm not part of the community, so I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
get in.
Don't want to just want to get involved in it. I just don't want to change it at this moment.
Yeah.
All right, Kieran.
Oh,
Who's it? Hello? Is it Rembo?
Yeah, it is.
Hiya.
Hi. Well, I just want to say about Zach, right? Zach said one thing wrong. He didn't constantly repeat it. He didn't constantly say it. It's not in his personality.
Yeah.
It's not in his trait as a person. He was drunk. He had issues personally. Yeah. And he self-sabotaged because he felt that low at that time. And yes, drink is
drink is toxic, Yeah,
and it brings out the worst in you. It brings out the worst in you in the sense of how he felt at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Not him as a person, not him as a personality. He's never come out with anything like that. He would never say anything like that, ever. Out with anything like that. He would never say anything.
Someone's echoing.
I think my view is it doesn't matter whether you're sober or you're drunk. Everybody knows that you shouldn't be saying anything racist. So there's no excuse for saying it. So that's my view. And I don't really watch that.
One sec, yeah. When you're sober, you're yourself. But when you're drunk, it's toxic. You say things what you don't mean. You know what I mean? And look what you said. I suffer with it and whatever. And I said things and I didn't mean it when you're drunk. When you're drunk, you're a completely different person when you're sober,
Yeah. And also, I don't understand why people are saying, oh, he should be doing this, he should be doing that. What do people want him to do? Do? What do they actually want him to do?
What they need to do either is go down the legal route, if their mental health is affected or they're upset, and they've just got to block and move on. But don't put people that you feel that are racist, not saying they are, this is how you feel, in your box.
He's not racist. He was in a bad place at the time. He was in a bad place at the time. He started drinking and then it brought the worst out in him.
Yeah.
Simple as he made a massive mistake, and
You know
that
what it
was
is?
it.
I'm brown,
He hasn't said
and
it
I've been
over
drunk to
and
my friends.
over and over
You know, I
again.
was racist to my own friends, you know what I mean? When you're drunk, you don't realise, you know, you're a different person. You are.
Hi, Shah.
But you know, Angie, not once she been
Hi,
racist.
Angie.
So this is what I don't understand, why people are coming out of her. You know, it's not fair.
There are people on this app that have said it over and over and over again and haven't got the flaw, the crap that Zach has. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that he was in a bad place. He even came up the next day and said, I'm not in a good place. And everybody's ripping him to shit. I think it's absolutely downright disgusting. It's a sea of monsters. That's how I see it.
Can I ask you a question, Rimbo? Do you feel like you've got, like, you know, certain creators like Luke the Judge, where he's been away for days, right? He's been away for days, and all of a sudden, you know, this has come out of Zach, so, you know, he's jumped on it, you know, quite quickly, you know. All the people that dislike him, do you feel it's because he was racist or because they just dislike him?
No, it's because they dislike him and they're jumping on the bandwagon to pull him down. As simple as, and that's how everybody sees it.
I mean, it the same way.
They were waiting for him to make a mistake because Zach has mental health issues, and at some point, that poor guy, when he put that podcast up, he didn't realise the backlash that he was going to get from it, from his family units and this, that, and the other. And he got it back. He got that backlash, and now he's absolutely going through shit. So he had a drink, and it brought out the worst in him.
He didn't mean to
everybody
say what he
does
said,
it. Everybody does it.
Every single person on this app, if he did something, right, they would have been licking his ass, you know.
I'm just wondering, guys, right? Why wasn't a live fired up about other people? You know what I mean? Like KTB, that also said the N word. So this is
because I'll tell you why, Ange. I'll tell you why. Because them people aren't significant. Zach was significant, and he has a massive platform, and they hate it.
So to me, that's his views. I'm sorry. That person, KDB, said the exact same thing. I played it on my live, right? No one fired up a live about it because this person has a small platform. To me, a certain group, not everybody, I'm not talking about everybody, but a certain specific group, to me, it's the views.
Yeah, it totally is.
100%.
Hi, Shah.
All right, I'm going to jump down. So my last word is like, I don't think there's any excuse for racism at all, and that's just my view. So, and it needs to end. You know, unfortunately, it's going to, you know, it's always going to carry on. But unless people get educated, there's no way that, you know, it's going to get sorted.
Guys, I'm not justifying what he said, but I just don't understand why other people haven't been, people haven't fired up lives.
I'm not justifying what he said. I'm saying he said it in a situation where he weren't mentally well, and he'd been drinking. He weren't mentally well. Think about it. He's not mentally well, and then you go and have a drink. I mean, they're two like massive bangs together.
Sorry, Rembo, are you saying that not being in a good place mentally and drink means it's okay to be racist?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it's like a toxic venom in him at that time. Like, he had that situation that he couldn't cope with, and then he drank. I'm not saying what he said was right or anything. I'm not agreeing with that. What I'm saying is, but his situation at that time weren't good anyway, and then he drank.
Can I just say also, Jenny, I said it just now, that my issue is, right, listen, racism should never be tolerated, condoned. Me, it's because of his mental health, okay, because, you know, because I can relate to that, right? It does not make it okay what you said, right? But my issue is people saying that they were triggered, affected the mental health, all of that, right? Okay, but yet it didn't go for other people like KGB who said the exact same thing, if not worse. You know what I mean? So why did that people not get affected or triggered by that? And listen, number one. And number two, I reckon some people that are saying they're affected, they'll be in as comments in a couple of weeks or a week. That's what always happens on this app, and that makes me mad. Because
of course,
when I see someone's been affected and triggered, why would you be in his comments a week later?
Because you know better than anybody, and as well as anybody, you can't cancel anybody on this app. People will still have their supporters. Can I just ask, sorry, Rembo, are you
People are saying
Teresa?
that it's affecting their mental health.
Sorry?
Are you Teresa?
No, I'm not.
You sound very much like Teresa.
No, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not.
Can I hear from Shah anyway, guys? Hi, Shah. Hello, Shah.
Hi, sorry. I'm a little bit late. I was jumping on regarding the golly word.
Yeah, let's not repeat it because I just don't want it to affect
No,
other
Andy,
people.
I'm jumping on to because of golly is actually my nickname. And it was because when my sister was a baby, she couldn't say Charlene. So she used to say golly, golly, golly. Like a lot of babies
Does that
actually.
mean anything, though?
Well,
Why were you called that?
golly means nothing. It's the second word. Is